Good morning, everyone. We're here in Marrakesh for our first morning ever in the city. I'm here with my son Matthew, my daughter Holly. I'm Mark from Travelshorts, and we're going to start the day off by having breakfast on the rooftop of our riad. So we arrived into Marrakesh late last night. We got a taxi directly to our riad, which is Hotel and Spa Riad El Walaa. It's in the Medina area. So we're only here for one night, but today we're going to try and do and see as much as we possibly can in this city. So here's our breakfast. I'm not 100% sure what that is. That's obviously omelettes. That's something with cinnamon. And we got some bread, coffee, and orange juice. So we've finished breakfast and we've left our riad. Plan is to head into the centre of the old town now in Jemma Al Fina, where we're going to pick up our guide who's going to lead us around this city this morning. So we're going to be doing a walking tour by Guru Walks. If you're not familiar with Guru Walks, or if you haven't seen this channel before, I use Guru Walks around the world. Basically, they're a free walking tour service that you just pay a tip at the end. Always really happy with them. We'll see what this one's like, and we'll be there in about 10 minutes. So we're heading to Jemma Al Fina, which is at the heart of the Medina here in Marrakesh. Streets are very narrow, as you can probably see, and mopeds and motorbikes are just zooming past you each way. Still really interesting streets though. So this is Jemma Al Fina. This is the main marketplace for the city. So although this area is really quiet now, it's at night that this place comes alive. So it's filled with market stalls, food stalls, people putting monkeys on your shoulder and trying to charge you about £30 just because they put a monkey on your shoulder. There's snake charmers, all sorts of things happen here at night. But as it's only 9:30 in the morning, well, 9:45 now, it's remarkably quiet. And we should be meeting our Guru Walks guide just over here. For more information about this tour as well, you can click on the description down below, or you can scan the QR code up here if you want to book or just find out more information.
In this tour, we cover the Medina, the old town. In terms of history, of course, people here, local life, and as well, the tour will cover some points about Morocco, like languages and people here. And it's going to be like mostly between 2.5 hours and 3 hours, depending upon our walking, depending upon our feet, of course. And this music now is famous folklore music in Morocco, and it's more spiritual, more cultural songs. This kind of music, we have no love songs, no passion songs. It's more spiritual, more cultural. For example, they sing about the Prophet. They sing about saints in Morocco, So they sing about some superstitional figures in our culture. There is a woman with supernatural power in our culture called Isha. There is a famous song they sing it here about this superstitional figure. So there are some shows in this Corp Medina at night. And we have the karakab, call them karakab. So those are like the famous The two faces like instruments, sometimes they play it with a big drum. And to dominate more the camel caravan route, that's why they came here. But before 1062, it was just wilderness. And they preferred this area because as well it was important for water, the wells and valleys. And as well because this area is not far from the Atlas Mountains, in which we have more people living. The Berbers are the original people of the north of Africa. Morocco, as far as Libya, the original people are the Berbers. Arabs came here by the middle of the 7th century, small groups. It was a strong empire. Marrakesh, it was strong. They took power as far as right now the big Sahara, like Mauritania, Mali, Senegal, Libya, and as well as far as Andalusia in Spain. Because in Andalusia at that time we had the Moorish people living there. The Moorish people who lived in Andalusia before between 711 and 1492. You see in yellow on the right side, that is because of the earthquake. It is green, completely safe, no glass. Red is more thin, it's possible. The saint and the courtyard you have seen from the outside. You can see some languages. This is formal Arabic written from the right to the left. This language, it is more for writing, for the media and for schools. And this is Berber language, written from the left to the right. This language, it was forgotten for centuries, just recently revived in Morocco. And because it was forgotten, that's why the majority of the Berbers, they don't write it, they don't read it. And those are the two official languages in Morocco. Sora neighborhood, like Sora neighborhood, that was created by the beginning of the 12th century. This is one of the first neighborhoods inside the Medina. It was created next to the big mosque, the main mosque of the city, Al-Koutoubia. And Luxor came in from Al-Qasr meaning palaces. They don't have space management as well now in the new city. Go to the new city, of course, a big difference, boulevard, streets, avenues, but here because before people did not have a street there. And the houses you see here, some of them are Dar, DIR, some of them are Riyadh. Dar, it is a home or house, translated to English. It is a house, it is a house without the courtyard. Riyadh is the house with the courtyard. And inside the courtyard, you can have fountains and everything small garden. Riyadh before used to be as a personal residential house. But because of tourism, many converted to guest houses. And that was basically after 2000. But before 2000, the Riyadh as a guest house was not famous here. We had the hotels and the resorts in the new city and outside the city. But after 2000, it was like a boom to the Medina. And we opened, there is a special occasion in the house. And when open the door, of course, to have more space, but as well to show hospitality to the people coming to the house. And the small metal pieces for which to find the door and to make it stronger. And the knocking piece. The house, it is an abandoned house. Otherwise, you cannot knock it, of course. And you can see some doors like a hand. A hand, we call it khmouissa meaning 5 fingers. Or you can see a horse shoe. Here you can see a horse shoe. The horse shoe or the hand can be against evil, against bad spirits, and for good luck. This is another cultural belief we have here. That's why we must be very thankful to the donkey. As you have seen. The complex is a Muasin complex. And before we used to have 2 fountains before, 2. One fountain for people and one here for the animals, like the camels and horses with the donkeys. But now there's stopped spots, and as well, people use the fountain here to make the wash, the ablution before getting inside the mosque to pray. There is a special wash we do before praying, was as well for such function. But now as I stopped spot, but now Marrakech, as you see, as spot. Because of tourism, the more it gets closer to the market area or to the square of Ismael, our meeting point. We can see the Medina gets more shops, more companies. The more we get further, the Medina gets more residential because of the effect of tourism. And the city of Marrakesh depends upon tourism about 80%. 80. Garden dating back to the end of the 17th century, and it was offered as a gift to a prince. This place is a part of a public bath, a public hammam. We just pass here another public hammam, a public bath, and from here the hammam, you can see the fire, the warm it from it, so it is a wood fire. This place we call it Farnaci. Farnaci, it is important for people here because we can bring a famous dish we have in Marrakesh city. We call it tangia. This clay pot you see here, we call it tangia. We have different sizes, depending upon the family. We don't have it in other cities. We put just beef inside, just beef, spices, preserved lemon, a little bit of saffron, ghee, clarified butter, olive oil, not sunflower oil, olive oil, and more garlic, of course, and a little bit of water. Then we cover it this way, then we can bring it here for cooking. We'll give it to the man who makes the fire for the public bath. It is just outside, and then he puts it on the ash. They take the ash from that place to the other side, and then we can come back in 3 up to 4 hours. So this meal, we have it just in Marrakesh. It's not for daily food. You can see the small sign on the wall, Souks and Geld. This is the market of the leather, and this is a special for the cow leather. Soup of blacksmiths. I've seen the soup of the cow leather. This one is special for the blacksmiths. Doors, windows, tables, anything in metal. And you can even customize if you need something special for your house. You can customize it. But by the middle of the 19th century, it was moved here and converted to the blacksmith market. But this is not for all the city. But each neighborhood could have some blacksmiths, to which people can go to order what is from the house. Maybe something special, so can order it here. And those craftsmen, those blacksmith people here, they transfer their skills from a generation to a generation. So mostly they don't go to schools to learn how to make what we see here.
We've been on the tour now for about an hour and 40 minutes. It's really interesting. A lot of the same though. So we're touring the souks at the moment. So we've gone from the tanneries, which shows the leather, to the blacksmiths that shows the metalworking, lots of incense, lots of clothing. Really interesting, really interesting.
And those craftsmen, as I said before, they transfer their skills from a generation to a generation. And as you see, it's not just all the generation, but even the young people. But young people, it's more for people who left this building from the middle school or maybe high school. And we see no woman, just men. It's not a woman, it's a woman in the market area. Because historically speaking, not a woman or not part of this area, not market area. But now in shops, everywhere in shops, the current government, we have 7 women ministers in the current government. The mayor of this Marrakesh is a woman, the mayor of the city. The mayor of Rabat, the capital of the Morocco, is a woman. About 2 hospitals and schools to do. This place, we call it Fondok. Fondok meaning hotel. It was before as a camel caravan serai. For the caravans coming from the outside of the city, this is the place in which traders could say before can they commercialize their products inside the markets area. As well, people traveling and crossing the city, they could have a break here. And we have them in the north of the Medina, but in the south we don't have them. North of the Medina, closer to the markets area. Because the people coming before, mostly traders, that's why. And the rooms now are transferred to craftsmen with a symbolic renting price to encourage craftsmanship inside the Medina. This is another historic mosque that we have inside Medina. This is Bani Yusuf Mosque. Ben meaning son of Yusuf, Yusuf like Joseph, the man who founded Marrakesh in 1062. North of the mosque is for residential. What's more interesting is for the south, but north is for residential. And this is one of the 12 degree quality or an important mosque for this area. That's why.
You see the size of those strawberries, Holly?
Historically speaking, we've got 6 important communal places. Apart from the neighborhood market, we had as well the public hammam, the public bath, the Quranic school for teaching and learning, the fountain for water, the mosque for praying, and the public bakery for baking the family's bread. Now, the Quranic schools are no more active because it's more modern education system. The fountain, as we have seen, no more active, but we still keep the other 4 places that are the bakery, the hammam, the market, and the mosque. We have the supermarkets outside, but that's from time to time. Or if people need a laptop, maybe, or a TV, maybe, or a refrigerator. And we have here in Morocco 2 main topics. The first topic, we have the topic of the prices, the inflation, of course, everywhere, and the topic of the rain, as I said before. The left side, the shop with the spices. On the right side, the shop with the carpets. And if you get inside more, that is the south. So shops here, they can be open here till 10 p.m., 11, 9, depending upon the customers. Started? No? Good. Before getting to the square of Jamal, now we'll have a look to some restaurants here. They serve tangia, the one especially in Marrakesh. And they serve as well mashwi. Mashwi is the whole lamb. The lamb, they put it in the underground oven, and it gets cooked slowly by the heat of the ash. This meat before, it was more before as a royal meal, but now we have it famous in the countryside of the markets, and we have it famous here. They serve it per kilo. 1 kilo is 260 dirham. That is like $26 US for 1 kilo. So we will have a look, and then we'll go to the square of Jamal now. And they serve it with the bread and the cumin and salt. So it's nice. You can try it as you see here. Smell hot better than the leather area. The price per kilo. Mashwi 260 dirham, tangia 200 dirham, half kilo 100 dirham. That is 10 euro for half kilo of tangia. So that is Café de France. Café de France, it's nice for the sunset view. I'm here to Jamal Fna Square. Jamal Fna, it means the assembly of art. Assembly of art. And it was classified by the UNESCO as a World Heritage in 2001. Because it reflects deeply in terms of oral art, like music shows at night, storytelling sometimes, comedy shows at night, and even fortune tellers. for Al Koutoubia Mosque. That's one of the historical mosques inside the Medina of Marrakesh, dating back to the 12th century. If you have been before to Sevilla, there is La Giralda. La Giralda, it was built by the Moorish people who lived before in Andalusia. But La Giralda came after this one. This one in 1120s, La Giralda in 1190s. The tower, it is original tower. And when we had the earthquake, the tower, it was shaking. It was about to collapse. We got a crack on the top, and they fixed the cracks, but now it's safe, it's okay. So the new city of Marrakech, just as I said, the big tower, you walk that way with the main avenue. That is Mohammed V Avenue. Walking that way from the mosque, like 200 meters, you find Cyber Park garden. Cyber Park, it's nice and free and a huge garden if you are interested in having a break in a garden. And after Cyber Park, that is the new city of Marrakesh outside Clay Wall. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you.
So we've just finished our Guru Walk tour around the Medina area. That took about 2 hours, 40 minutes in total. It was really, really interesting. If you want to learn about the history of the Medina and all
Souks and the little streets that go around everywhere, I would highly recommend it. But as I said at the beginning of this video, I did that via Guru Walks. So Guru Walks is a free walking tour company that links people like us with local guides all around the world. The walking tours are totally free, but it is expected to give the tour guide a tip at the end if you felt that it was worth it. So we did do that. So we gave him 300 dirhams, which is around 30 euros-ish, which I think that's worth it for the three of us for a couple of hours. If you are interested in this tour as well, I will leave a link in the description down below, or you can scan the QR code here. Or you can also scan that QR code to check out all the other free walking tours via Guru Walk around Marrakesh as well. So what we're going to do now, we notice there's a mosque just by here, just at the corner of Jannah Al Fina. So we're going to go over there for a little look now. Once we've been there, we might go for a walk to one of the local gardens. A number of them are free, which is always good, and just relax for a bit, because we have been on our feet now for almost 3 hours. So I guess this is where we cross the road, but there's no buttons to press or anything, so I guess you just stick your life in your hands and cross when it's clear. Okay, it looks like it must be a red light, so we're going. Right, we're halfway across, and we're okay so far. I think we better wait by here. Let's just go by here. Right, we're going to wait for that lot to go. The mosque behind me is known as the Koutoubia Mosque. It was built in the 12th century. I don't think we're allowed inside, but we'll walk around, and I believe there's some gardens and some old foundations to the side of there as well, and even a fountain. These blocks behind me here signifies where the original Koutoubia Mosque was actually built in the 12th century. After it was destroyed, it was rebuilt in its present position where the second Koutoubia Mosque is situated now, which is right behind us here, and you can see the minaret right behind me there. Unfortunately, I've double checked and we're not allowed inside there, which is kind of what I suspected anyway. So we're going to have a good look around outside here. Then I think we're going to follow this path all the way down there, which is what our guide Ismael just recommended to do. And a couple of 100 meters down there, there's a garden which is free of charge to enter. So just in front of us by here, which is right outside Koutoubia, by there, looks like it is an old stone fortress and the Gate of Ali. So this was built in 1071. And quite interesting. So almost 1,000 years old. Doesn't look that bad for 1,000. Holly can have a better look at the foundations up here because there's a step for her to see. What do you think, Holly? Interesting? Interesting? Yeah, you look really interested.
Why not?
So these are the old foundations for the original mosque that was built here. So we've just come into KFC really quick just to get ourselves a drink because it's really warm out there. Even though it's still February, it's about 25 degrees outside today, so really compared with back home. So we've come to Parc Lalla Hasna. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's right behind the Koutoubia Mosque, just behind me there. We thought we'd just walk around for a couple of minutes, see what's here. There's some fountains. It's quite quiet, apart from the odd motorbike. Let's see what's here. Walk around, sit down somewhere in the shade and relax for a little bit, have a drink of water, and then we'll keep going exploring this city. So like I said, this is just a short walk through this park. Nice and relaxing, because when you just go another 100 meters behind us there, you're in the heart of the Medina. It's really busy, really bustling, loud. It's really relaxing in here. So we've spent about 5 or 10 minutes walking around the park. What I think we're going to do now is head to Badi Palace. It's back in the direction of our hotel, and according to Google Maps, should take about 12 to 15 minutes. While we're walking back as well, so probably a good time to mention that I've created a travel guide to Marrakesh. Totally free. It contains where we stayed, activities we did, tips and tricks we've learned along the way. You can download it from the link in the description below, or you can scan this QR code right by here. Like I said, totally free. Won't even ask you for your email address. Just click on the link and it downloads straight to your computer or your phone. So we've just bought ourselves some cool water. This came to 6 dirhams, which is what?
50p.
About 50p. Well worth it in this temperature. We've also put our hats on as well to protect us from the sun. Probably noticed.
It's out.
Now, I don't know why they've got tortoises here. Hopefully that's not going to be food, and it's a pet, but yeah. So we've arrived at Badi Palace. This was built by the Sultan in the 16th century to host dignitaries from foreign countries. So it's a bit of a party palace, I guess. Okay, so foreign adults is 100 and foreign children are 50, and that's for up to 12. So Matthew's going to be full price. We were wondering what that noise was, and we turned around and you can see those birds up there. They're the ones that are making that noise that you can hear. We're now in the inner courtyard by the look of it. It's really big when you look around. Lots of space in here. Looks like a lot of disused pools, or maybe there was fountains in here, or at least a water feature anyway. So there's a central water feature right in the middle of this courtyard area as well. Looks like you've got some, are they orange trees maybe? Yeah. Looks like orange trees over to our left. Water in the centre. And more trees again over there. Looks like they've maybe got some oranges in there. Also looks like it's having some renovation as well at the moment. There's a tarp and some scaffolding around that building right at the far end of the courtyard. We've just found a nice place in the shade to sit down for a few minutes. Like I said earlier, it's really hot today, about 24, 25 degrees, which in the grand scheme of things for Morocco, that's not that hot. But for us from the UK, where it's been pretty much freezing the last few weeks, it's very, very warm. So I think we're going to end our time here in Badi Palace. What we're going to do now is continue walking up the road for about another 7 minutes and go to Bahia Palace. What we do need to try and do now, though, is try and find ourselves an ATM. So they didn't accept cards here, so I'm going to assume they're not going to accept cards at Bahia Palace as well. We do have some cash on us, but I want to save that for some taxi fares when we go to our next hotel in about an hour or two. We did draw some out yesterday as we arrived in the airport. I only had 800 dirhams. I just wanted to have some spare change. But by the time we've tipped our guide this morning, bought some snacks, got some drinks, paid for Badi Palace here, that's actually running out. So we're going to draw out probably another 600 dirhams, which is about £50. Okay, that was literally a 5-minute walk from Badi Palace, and now we're here at Bahia Palace. Unfortunately, we didn't find an ATM along the way though, so I might use Google Maps to try and find one in the local area. We've just found out there's quite a large queue to go into Bahia Palace. You see it here. So what that means, because it's 3:15 now, and we do want to make a move to go to our other hotel, we might not come here after all, actually. We might just go back to our original Riyadh, get our cases, and then get a taxi to our new hotel where we're going to be staying for the next 3 nights. Do you want to wait in the queue, Matthew? No, and I don't think Holly does. So maybe next time we come to Marrakesh, we'll go to Bahia Palace. But at least we've been to El Badi Palace. We've done one palace today. So luckily we were able to find an ATM, and it didn't even charge us commission either on the withdrawal. So we're going to go down the back streets again and find our Riyadh, collect our bags, then double back on ourselves to get to a main road and order ourselves a taxi. And here we are at our Riyadh. Okay, Holly. Ready to go to the next hotel? So we've picked up the bags from our Riyadh. We're now going to walk to where we were just then, order ourselves a taxi. So they don't have Uber in Morocco. They have an app called InDrive. It's like a semi-unofficial... Go, watch where you're going. It's like a semi-unofficial Uber, where you actually barter the price of a taxi. So you say where you want to go, then it offers a suggested price. You then put that out to the taxi drivers in the local area, and then they accept it or not. From what I've done, look so far, it doesn't look like you can pay on card. It looks like you pay on cash when you've completed your journey. So it's now looking for a driver.
Let's see if this works. I've never used InDrive before. Okay, so it's going to be 6 minutes. It's going to be dark grey Renault Clio. So that was pretty simple. I put the request in. It took less than a minute for a driver to actually accept it. So it's a driver in a dark red Renault Clio. He's going to be coming to this spot hold on. Oh, it looks like he's just rejected it after accepting it. So, like I said, it looks like he's rejected it. So now they're finding another driver. I've just decided to raise the fare by another 1 dirham, see if that helps. Okay, it looks like somebody's just accepted it. Gonna be here in 1 minute in a bronze Dacia Duster. So we've arrived, Holly. Here we go. Okay, so we've just come to the front desk and it looks like we've got to fill in a lot of information about ourselves. So we've got 3 separate sheets. I'll do that now. I've already handed my passport in at the front desk and they've directed us to come over here. So it's things like name, nationality, occupation, residence card number, arrival date into Morocco, room number, don't know that yet. Coming from, going to, passport number, can't fill that in because I've handed my passport in. Place of delivery. Okay, I'm going to get on with this now. So we finished filling in the forms. I guess we're just waiting for our room keys and I guess wrist bracelets as well because it's an all-inclusive resort. So we made it to our room. Check-in the end took about 20 minutes, I think. So we're in room 4212. Do you want to have a look around? Of course you do. So when you come through the main door, on the left-hand side is a wardrobe. Quite a big wardrobe as well. We've got a safe. Then on the right-hand side is quite a large bathroom. So his and hers sinks. All the amenities we need there. Toilet, bidet. Nice large walk-in shower there. Then going into the main room. So this is a family deluxe room, if I recall. We've got some complimentary water, tea and coffee making facilities there. Nothing in there. Got a fridge here, which we'll put our water in a minute to keep it nice and cool. Then here's the first bed. So it's quite a large king bed. There. Has it got any USBs? No, just regular power socket next to it. Then we've got a Holly there next to the desk with a TV on the wall. Then I think this is going to be Matthew and Holly's room in here. 2 single beds there. Another desk there with another television. And a view of one of the swimming pools outside there. So I think that's okay. I think we only paid for a garden view room as well. So we've got a pool view room. So that's it. That's a quick tour around our room at the Aqua Fun Club here, just outside Marrakesh. As this is an all-inclusive resort, we've got a wristband each so we can help ourselves to food and drink. And in fact, we're going to go and grab something to eat right now. So if you are interested as well in coming to this hotel, I booked this via trip.com. I did a usual search of all the ones like booking.com, hotels.com, trip.com, etc. Trip.com came out just that little bit cheaper, so we booked via them. So if you are interested in more information about this hotel, like everything else in this video, there'll be a link in the description down below, or you can scan the QR code on the screen now to go to trip.com's website for this hotel. And Holly just wanted me to point out that there is a balcony as well. So here's our balcony. There we go, overlooking. There is a small welcome pamphlet as well for the hotel. It looks like they offer a shuttle bus into Marrakesh every day from 10 o'clock and 2:30, and then back to the hotel at 1:30 and 5:30. Looks like you can organise a lot of excursions and trips as well. Entertainment, so there's a mini club, animation box, gym, spa, a nurse on site as well if you got any issues, and a shop where we're going to head and have a look at as well now. These are the opening times of the restaurants and bars. Looks like we want tea time, which is going to be finishing at 5 o'clock in about 15 minutes. So we're definitely going to head over there now, and we'll check out all this later on. So like I said, we're going to go and get something to eat now. See you in the cafe. This would just be a small selection at the moment. So it also looks like the freshly made crepes or pancakes there. This is just a light snack, so it is between lunch and dinner, so as you expect, there's not going to be that much on offer. There is a lot of cakes behind me here though, so once we've eaten this, we'll get some more cakes, and Matthew said there's a cafe just over there as well, so we'll check that out as well. So it's 5 o'clock on the dot and they're taking away all the cake, so I just ran over there quickly. Just as the chef would walk away and just grabbed a few cakes here for us. We'll try the other cafe in a minute as well, but it is due to close at 5, so it's only fair. So we've just come to the Columbus Bar and they've just got some sweet treats on offer, so we've got a selection of cakes and muffins. So we're going to have a quick look in the shop to see what's here. So we've decided to go into the swimming pool for about an hour or so it is getting late now. It looks like all the slide area is shut for the day because it's approaching, I think, maybe 20 to 6. So we're just going to go to that pool, which is just behind our room. And just because it's really sunny still as well, I put on, in fact, I've got all 3 of us, these surfing vests that we wear just to protect ourselves from UV. Is it cold?
It's cold.
Is it? How cold? Feel? Oh yeah, that's freezing. God, that is freezing. You're gonna go in? You'll be fine. It's absolutely freezing, Matthew.
I know.
Shall we see if the main one's warm?
warmer back here.
Yeah, of course it is.
No, it actually is.
Really?
Legs are small.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I'll sit on the edge here.
It's too cold. Wait, can we just see if the different one's warmer?
I reckon it'll be the same temperature. You'll be fine, Holly. You go in. I'll wait for you by sitting on the side here with my legs. See, my legs are in.
So cold.
Okay. Matthew's the bravest one. I'm going to dare and do it, Holly. Will you follow me if I do?
No.
No? Oh, no, now put my legs even deeper.
Be a fighter.
You think you've already done it? I put my legs a bit deeper. It's getting cool again. It's cold, isn't it, Holly?
Wait, I'm just gonna.
What are you going to do?
So.
Sit on the side like I'm doing. Yeah. Matthew's the bravest one out of the 3 of us. Shall we attempt it, Holly?
No.
I think I'm going to attempt it.
Alright, bye.
Okay, I'm going to attempt it. I'm just going to walk. Oh, by that. Wow, that is freezing cold, Holly. That's freezing cold.
Yes, it is.
Okay, Holly, you can do it.
You okay?
I can't.
And you'll float soon anyway because of your life jacket.
It's so cold.
It is absolutely freezing, isn't it, Holly?
It's not that freezing anymore.
I don't know, I'm still on tiptoes. Yeah, Matthew's doing well. He's gone down to his neck now. It gets better, but then you go down that little extra couple of inches and it gets cold again.
My legs are used to it.
Yeah?
My legs are warm.
Once you get to that bottom step, you'll be fine. I think it's going to hold you. I'll pull you first. I'm only joking. You were a lot better than me when we were in Jordan. You could go in the pool there when it was freezing. I couldn't even go into that pool.
Okay, you go to the other end.
You're going to go all the way to the other end?
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck. Come on, let's do one more step, Ollie. One more step. There, you can float. There, you're floating. You float. If I lose go, you'll float, Ollie. What?
I'll get it.
You don't get it. Matthew's going to get those kids forward. There, look, you're floating now. How low do you go? There. There, look, you were floating, Holly. Go on, Holly. If you lose go, you'll float. Oh, there you go, you're floating. There. Are you standing or floating? Try lift your legs up. There, now you're floating. Yeah, what's that like?
Cold.
Just give it a minute, though.
You'll warm up now you're in, Holly. Well done, Holly. Holly's now in the water properly. Floating a lap round with a little life jacket on. You want to go back in?
Yeah.
Do you want to go back in, Holly?
Yeah. Now that we're going, can we reset coffee and that's what does he want to make?
Yeah. So we're just going to go in the other pool. Holly wants to see if it's any warmer, but I don't think it's going to be any warmer. Surprise, the other pool was the same temperature. So what we're going to do now, go head back to the room, grab a shower and prepare ourselves for dinner. So this is where we're going to be coming tomorrow. Apparently there's over 60 slides at the Aqua Fun Park here. We've rested in the room for about an hour now. It's approaching 7 o'clock. So we're going to have a quick walk around the resort and then we're going to go for dinner. So tomorrow, this is where we're going to be spending most of the day. This is the Aqua Fun Park area of the hotel. Lots of slides. Hopefully lots of fun and games. You want to go on that one? Yeah, me too. Like this looks like the children's area though, to be honest. Ah, there's the big slides over there. Yeah, they're the big ones.
Like proper.
Yeah, they're the big ones. So probably this area is the kids' area, maybe.
We'll go over there.
Yeah, we'll go over there and take a look at those ones. Maybe if we went there earlier, they would have been open. Oh yeah, there's more slides over there as well. There's a lot of slides over here.
That one looks fun.
Yes, we'll definitely go on that tomorrow, won't we, Holly?
Sure.
Okay. So it is closed at the moment, so there's a gate here to stop us going in. Another swimming pool over there. So tomorrow morning after breakfast, Holly,
yeah,
we're going to come here and go on those. And it looks like this is where we're going to head to get our dinner. So it looks like people are queuing up to go into the restaurant now. So dinner is served from 7 till 10. So there's no point coming dead on time if you're going to be in a queue. So we'll come back in about 10, 15 minutes. And this is something we've just noticed now. So we'll probably go there tomorrow. Indoor heated pool. So we were a bit cold earlier, weren't we, Holly? We decided to play it safe and not play table tennis because you basically can't see the ball. At the moment, it looks quite light with it. I'm using a low light capability of this camera. But in reality, it is quite dark here. We've just been back for our second helpings. We've just been for some dessert, and this is what I've got. Well, I think we're going to end this episode here. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. It's really appreciated. If you're new here, my name is Mark, along with my daughter Holly and son Matthew. We make travel and theme park videos from around the world. Now here's Holly with a very special message.
If you like this video, please remember to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell button. Bye!
Bye! Next time on Travelshorts Marrakesh.